Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday night. Time for your favorite show with the best Bama content on YouTube and pretty much everywhere. This is the Bama Standard. I'm your host, Justin Riley. Go ahead. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Chat. Let's get things rowdy. Yeah, you already are. I don't even have to tell you about that because we have a reason to be fired up tonight. With me, as always, is an all-star crew brought to you by Workspace Solutions. They are the fine folks to keep us in business. If your company needs a full-fledged marketing team or a digital presence, they are the guys to reach out to. The one, the only, the undefeated, undisputed king of comedy and star of the show, Steve Brown.
What's up, man? Glad to be here, man. Glad we got our great guest. Got a lot to talk about. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Two-time national champion, two-time USFL champion, and the baddest dude to ever tote that rock, the Bo Scarborough.
You my pity of life for you, Reggie.
I love that. Yeah, so you don't crap.
And the senior analyst of Touchdown Alabama Magazine and international sex symbol, Stephen M. Smith. Fellas, what's going on?
I'm good, man. We good, man. Steve Brown got me tripping, man.
And those replica glasses are now available on our gift shop.
Yeah.
And they came like this. They came like this.
So no matter how you move them, they're still crooked.
Yeah.
Y'all so funny.
But listen, we don't take losing like most folks do because we just don't do that here. And we also don't put up with a lot of nonsense that we're seeing. But we got some dudes tonight. They're going to help us get some of this anger out. And the only one who can bring them in the right way is Stephen M. Smith. Stephen, if you would bring these guys in as only you can.
I mean, these two are family for real because I covered both of them. I mean, we're going to start with the one above Steve Brown. We talk about a fast, physical 4-3 cornerback speed. I saw this dude get a pick six against Auburn in the 2011 Iron Bowl. Like, this dude was a speeding bud. You can't stop a speeding bud. Let that man just go. We'll hit you. We'll make play after play. National champion. DQ. I'm going to take your top off your face. Menzie is in the building. So that's DQ right there.
Lockdown corner, man. Lock down.
And then though, we got the Hulk though. We got the Hulk of these linebackers though. The Hulk of these middle linebackers though. We got this dude that, man, when I tell you he had Ashawn, Jared Reed jumping out and all the boys ready? Like all them boys ready. Like Madison produced something for real when this cat came out here. We got the national champion, the two-time national champion, Reggie. Don't come near me or you're going to get murked. Ragland is in here.
Damn.
Hey, don't forget about. Hey, just like I tell everybody, don't forget about Super Bowl champ, man. Come on.
That's right, Super Bowl champ.
Yeah.
He got that rock.
Right.
Hey, but he's a little bit late. But the 1999 All SEC linebacker, and when Ric Flair said to be the man, woo, you got to beat the man. He is that man, Marvin Constant. Welcome in, sir.
Damn, he showed up.
Hey, man, your shirts get tighter every time I see you.
Don't be mad because I'm 44 and I'm still holding, baby.
What's up?
Hey, man. Hey, so Reg, I see. Are you eating Cheez-Its?
I was.
So that means you sponsored by the girl that saw the baby on the side of the road in Birmingham, aren't you? That's who sponsored.
No, good thing I'm from Huntsville.
Okay.
Yeah, good thing Huntsville. But hey, that made Alabama look bad. But I'm gonna tell you something. But when those people came through with them folding chairs, made us look good again.
We got Justin on here.
Right.
No, just because
Hey, man, hey, believe it or not, Justin be hitting us with folding chairs to keep us in line, so we good.
Damn right. I'll run this shit. Hey, listen, I want to mention something real quick, audience. We talk about dedication, and we talk about the Bama standard. DeQuan Menzie up there is a man who embodies that. Let me tell you why. Of course, we know what he did on the field, but this man literally just came out of the delivery room. His wife has delivered their 5th child, and right now he's coming to you live from the hospital parking lot to be with us.
Hey, man. Hey, DeQuan. Hey, congratulations, man. You a strong guy, but your pullout game ain't nothing. Your pullout game is awful.
Sound like he trying to catch up with Sean Alexander.
Wow, man.
I think.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, my pullout game was terrible at one time, but I had a spade game, 4 in the possible, so I still got to check that out. Yeah.
I don't know how your pullout game was terrible dealing with midgets. That should have been easy.
Shut up, Marvin.
Shit. Man, come on.
Well, guys, it's time to get right into it. And the first thing we're going to talk about is probably the most popular topic, and that's Jalen Milroe. As we expected, the firing squad has already assumed position. The firing squad was already assembled back in January because majority of our fan base didn't want to hear any kind of part of him improving and possibly taking that QB1 job. Well, he did well in game 1, and game 2, we kind of felt like he may run into some adversity. And true to form, the fans lived up to what they made us believe. They were out to get him, and they have seemingly written him off again. And a lot of them are blaming 99% of why we lost on him. And we're going to get to that and explain to you why you are completely wrong. I'll start us out, guys, and then we'll move to DeQuan, Steven, Reggie, Steve, Bo, and Marvin will give the final say-so to wrap this up. I'm looking at how Jalen started the game, guys. He came out there with poise, came out there with confidence. He was playing his game. He had a little bit of a swagger, a little bit of a arrogance to him, if you will, and in a good kind of way. And for some reason, Tommy Rees decided, you know what? We don't need any of that. We're going to put him back in the pocket and try to make him be Bryce Young again. Don't know if Bill O'Brien snuck into the booth, but nonetheless, that's what happened. And then things begin to unravel, and we get Jalen Milroe in quicksand. And to be honest with you, going into the game, I thought he might get into a quicksand type of situation. So I was curious to see if he could pull himself out. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to. He never could quite get comfortable again because he wasn't playing his game. And the harder he fought, things got worse and worse and worse. And the deeper he sunk, he wasn't comfortable. He couldn't move. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't see the open receivers. And yes, the wide receivers were not the problem, like a lot of people speculated. So, guys, before I hand it over to DeQuan, my ultimate question is, not making excuses for him, why is he not running bootlegs? Why is he not on the perimeter? Why no RPOs, short, quick passes? Similar to what Philly's doing with Jalen Hurts. Help me to understand why we're trying to make him be Peyton Manning when clearly that's not his game. DQ, take over for me.
Man, I think it's the game plan, man. They're not setting them up for, success. I think it's kind of hard to grade him up to this point because you have no line protection. I mean, every time he hikes the ball, there's somebody in his face. You feel what I'm saying? So I think the offensive line has to do a better job of protecting the man and giving him the time to throw the ball. When he's in the pocket, from what I see, he's mostly accurate. He can deliver the ball where he needs to deliver the ball. But if he hikes the ball all the time, man, and he's simply always has no time to stand back there and just look at the routes and look at his progressions, he has no time, bro. So I'll move it to Steven, man.
My thought on this is and I agree with DQ, it starts with the offensive line, primarily at the center position, Seth McLaughlin. When you have low snaps, the quarterback's eyes are not even downfield anymore. It's toward the ground trying to pick the ball up. And now when you put your eyes back down the field, You know, I mean, you have to go through your reads once again. And plus, if the receiver's not creating a type of separation, what are you going to do? The ball is on the ground. You got to pick it up. Now you're trying to process, where do I go to with this ball? The play is already broken from the get-go. And so we saw the same offensive line that the whole summer, what were they saying? We're going to be mean. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be this. We're going to be that. And we get to Texas, and now you hear, oh, we didn't have the energy, or we didn't prepare the right way, or we didn't practice. Well, my God, if Texas ain't going to get you set to, we're going to get you set to go there. So our offensive line right there, that's got to be fixed there. And somebody please put Terrence Ferguson at left guard. Please put T. Ferg, number 69, at left guard, and let's call it a day.
Reggie, I know you got something to say.
Man, DQ and Stephen has said it all, but man, the way I see it, because like I love the kid Jalen, man, because me and Jalen been talking all summer. Because I've been rehabbing in Birmingham with my shoulder, and like I talked to Jalen a couple times, man, and he understands the standard that's what's been going on, but before him, right? So, but everybody got to do their part, man. Like they want to sit here and say it's him making the throws and whatnot. Like the receivers not getting open and the offensive line not blocking, man. So that means everybody's not doing their part. Like this is a team, man. Somebody gotta. I know I ask y'all this every time. Can I cuss?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Your thing.
Somebody gotta drop their nuts and fucking be the bad guy on the team. And what I mean by that is somebody has to be the guy that don't mind speaking their mind to their teammates, but also respecting them at the same time to get them to understand, hey, bro, you got to come the fuck on. I need you to do your job. And that shit is not built within the middle of the season. That shit is built from the time from 110 is running all the way from, well, we call it OTA, but before, spring and all that stuff, man. That's when all that shit is built. And you can tell that nobody is out there just leading, man, making sure guys are doing the right things. It's like if you yell at a person now, they get offensive, they get sensitive, instead of just understanding, bro, like, I'm your brother. I want to see you do good. I want to see this team do good. Like, DQ, for instance. When Rolando spoke, y'all understand what he was saying, what he was trying to get across to everybody, right? Mm-hmm. Like, when I was playing, it was C.J. Mosley. Like, I understood what he was saying. I understood what Damian Square was saying. Like, yeah, they might be yelling at us, but they want to see this team be a certain way, and this team has been a certain way. So, like, don't get offensive and get all sensitive on us when you can't say something. Like Bo, I tell you, I'm a soft-spoken guy. So, like, I wasn't really a big yeller, but, like, I knew what to say to you to get you to going. So, like, that's what leaders do. They understand their personnel. You ain't always got to be the big rah-rah guy because C.J. Mosley ain't say a damn thing.
Steve, I know you got a lot of things to say, man, and
he should go last if you got a lot of things.
No, I've been waiting to hear Steve.
Because I'm gonna do my time and I'm gonna be in and out, like we need to be. Listen, first off, with this Milroe thing, it's easy to blame the quarterback, but what's crazy about the Milroe thing is he was blamed even before the season started. They never wanted him, and they just showing what it is. From the game I watched, which everybody watched, I don't care who you put back there. You've been hollering Ty Simpson, you've been hollering Tyler Buchner, you've been hollering Jesus. They couldn't do it because we didn't have an offensive line play to do what needed to be done. You got. I want to go back on what DQ said and Stephen. You got to prepare him for his strongest assets as a quarterback. He is a dual threat quarterback, and every team that I watch, college and pro, who have a dual threat quarterback. They're running RPOs. They're getting him out to the perimeter. They're doing all that. You can't make him a drop back passer if he's not a drop back passer. But if you're going to make him a drop back passer, make sure you have the line to protect him and hold the pocket so he can make his proper reads. Everybody's get rid of Milroe, but they're not seeing back there. But you get your ass back there and back there with that weak Bama line, and you'll see exactly what everybody's talking about. People who play football and study the game knows exactly what this kid is going through. So there it is.
And let me remind everybody who is begging for Ty Simpson, the appointed savior, if he and Ty Buchner were definitively better than Jalen Milroe, they would be on the field. We wouldn't be having this debate or this conversation. So, folks, y'all need to calm down. There's a reason we're not seeing them yet. They're not ready. So, Milroe's out there. So, let's support him, and let's see what's going to happen. Bo
ran out of minutes. Go to
Marvin.
Epic fail all the way around. How is it on a roster full of 4 and 5 stars that the kicker and the punter have the most solid damn game? That is a problem. I just don't understand. For them to put out this photo at the beginning of the season, this huge offensive line, they're this, they're that, they're robbed. 5 sacks, 9 TFLs. All that picture showed me is that they go mess up buffets. That meant nothing to me. And when you start talking about the defense, we never even touched their damn quarterback. Deontay Lawson, he made me want to go to IHOP and buy a full stack of pancakes because I'd never be able to understand how he got his ass pancake like that. Closest I ever come to is eating at IHOP. That was piss poor all the way around. It didn't make these excuses. We're not the same as the older guys. We can't help. We was raised by real damn parents who held us accountable. This whole, well, you got to be nice to them. That's why we are where we are.
And until Bo comes back, Marvin, let's go ahead and lead off on the defensive side of the ball. 0 pressures, 0 sacks. And I honestly believe that Quinn Ewers' jersey left wider than when it started.
How long have I been telling y'all? Nobody. I don't care if we have Prime himself back there can cover all damn day. You don't even touch the damn quarterback. So, I mean, you might as well at this point go ahead and get you some popcorn and a hot dog and buy your ticket and just go sit down and damn watch it. That's the best you're going to do. And again, when I seen Deontay Lawson get pancaked like that, there's no pride. There's no effort. It has to be personal. It has to mean something to you. If it means nothing to you, then yeah, you're going to make weak excuses about we're not that generation. Man up. Just man up. That was pathetic, man. You don't get your ass whooped like that at home. No pride.
No.
Here's the thing, guys. Quinn Ewers' jersey looked like he was going to a wedding. That's how clean that thing was.
And might I add, before people in the comments start saying all this, this another different generation, this and that. You're looking at the Bama standard. Look on this screen. Look at this screen. You see 3 dogs calling y'all out. These ain't just some players that rode the bench and got free meals like me. These some dogs. These some dogs.
I'll never understand it.
I started off riding that pine, and then I worked my ass off to become that. Cause,
but Reg, I stayed on it.
No, get me wrong. So listen to me. I just want to say this. Hey, I know you said 30 seconds, but give me a minute.
Okay,
Right.
Go off, sir. Speak loud too, so people in the back can hear you.
The type of guys I play with, if that was me who got dumped like that, I'm about to catch hell from the D line. I'm about to catch hell from everybody in the linebacker room. I'm about to catch hell from the DBs, especially them dudes up front. They finna get on my ass. But first, though, before they get on my ass, you know what? If I got dumped like that, they going to do some pushing until I get my ass up off that ground and try to get up in his face, man. Because, I understand where people coming from. You might get a penalty. You might get that. No. And then you going to tag me in the comments. After that picture, after that video, you tagged me and said, what I was supposed to do, retaliate and get a penalty? No.
You're supposed to not get your ass handed to you. Man up, hat hand.
We all done been there, offensive lineman, but I would have stuck my damn cleats in the ground and I would apply force back to him. to keep him from pushing me. Oh, but I know you see me trip over him, but if you'd have put your damn cleats in the ground and tried to put some force back, you wouldn't have failed like that, brother.
Reggie.
And no, I got you. I want. And then
That
you
was
got other
embarrassing.
cats. Then you got other cats on that played at Bama, talking about we just, like some people just come in to get engagement. Ain't nobody talking to get no engagement from other people. We seen what it's supposed to look like. We done done what it's supposed to look like. Like, ain't nobody trying to talk down. Ain't nobody said nothing bad about them. We're talking about the standard of what guys like DQ started. Guys like Rolando started. Like Dante Hightower started. Like Anthony Steen and all them boys started. Like, we was the ones used to beat up the bullies.
Hey, man, you said y'all seen what it's supposed to look like. That's a lie. You showed us what it's supposed to look like.
No,
you
I
showed
seen what it looked like. I seen what it looked like because when my ass wasn't playing, I wasn't playing like the standard when I first got to Bama. Like at one point in time, my teammates talked about me bad. Like I went, man, like I would stutter calls and everything. And man, look at the type of cats that I played with, them dudes couldn't last because they talked about me in front of everybody.
Ooh.
And you know what? I had to drop my nuts and get it together because I got tired of these dudes talking about. At one point, they talked about me so bad, I thought my teammates hated me, man.
Hey Reggie, you know what though? This is so when they say they're not us, they're not the former players. This is all I could think about. That this is what really infuriated me. When I got to Alabama, they had just won a championship in 92, went on probation in 96. 97 was the first full recruiting class, then my class, and then the next class. So 99, we only had 3 full recruiting classes at that point. So we were still shorthanded, but we still kicked ass, did our job, and won the SEC championship shorthanded.
Real quick, before anybody else goes, now I'll turn it back over to you guys. Got some super chats to get to. Poke Casino, $5. Hook them all day, every day. Facts are we had a better offense, defense. We were ranked 11th now. Go out there and punch everyone in the mouth. Quentin, $1.99. Stop making excuses. Texas was just better. And, hey, I'll give props to Texas. They came in. They understood the assignment. They took it seriously. They got hit in the mouth last year, and they've been thinking about it all year and prepared day in, day out, not only physically but mentally. And then you got the best offensive mind in the game, Steve Sarkisian, calling the plays. And let's be honest, he didn't exactly dive deep into his playbook because he didn't really have to, because he saw one of the biggest glaring things that happened since last year, and Pete Golden's been there, no effing adjustments. Can I get somebody to talk about how Jatavian Sanders was just waiting on balls wide open with nobody in the immediate vicinity? DQ, take off.
Hey, hold on 1 second, though. Reggie, I want your input on this. Why would we running all that damn cover 2 when we don't have middle linebackers to get their ass back? If you run a cover 2, you better have a seasoned vet playing middle linebacker who know where he better get his ass back to.
Common sense, as if you're that middle run through player, you got to be what, Marvin?
Fast as hell, and you better be ready.
No. You got to be deepest to deepest.
Oh, hell yeah. And cover 2, because them safeties, they on the hashes to the sideline. There's nothing. And we stayed in that damn defense.
Hey, Marvin.
You better have a dog at middle linebacker if you're going to run that damn defense.
Hey, Marvin, the majority of the game, he ran a cover 2 and would not adjust to get out of it. A cover 2.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I like the kid Lawson, man. I'm not gonna lie. I like the kid a lot.
Me too, bro.
I like him, and I don't want him to think I don't like him or anything like that. I like the way he plays. But just that one instance, dog, had a bad taste in my mouth because the guys I played with would never allow no shit like that to happen. I get what you're saying. I don't want to get no flag, but man, you don't let no grown ass man on the field, grown ass kid on the field, make you look like a little girl out there like that, dog.
A flag.
And your teammates have stood around and watched it happen?
No.
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. I wouldn't have stood around because I at least would have gotten in his face. Like, yeah, they think we saying go out there and just throw a punch in his face, get your ass ejected. Ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody ever said get over there and put him in the figure 4 and got them choke him out. Ain't nobody saying that. Referees not gonna throw no flag. You get in another man's face and push him a couple times unless he want to be dramatic and fall.
Hey,
the
Reggie.
referee sees him being extra and dramatic.
Hey, but you know something, man? The thing is, you know something now? Well, one thing is, I would say that you said that you like to do, but if you had a scene that with any of your players, the players you played with, you would have gotten his face or gotten his ass so bad you wouldn't have cared to be like you at that moment, or thought of him liking you because you would have tried to get him together. And see,
Nah,
that
I
shows
would have
that
helped my dog out, but I'm still
right,
gonna talk about you to get your ass
right.
drunk, just like my dog will talk about me.
He better learn how to hat in hand. If he don't learn how to hat in hand, he gonna have a long season, because if you can't take on that guard and that tackle, hat in hand, shuck that and get off, it's gonna be a long season for you, brother.
I'm trying to run dead at you.
Hey, real quick, we got a super chat or two to get to. JR2 Nice, $4.99. And then just above him, Tim Lovett, $1.99. I'm on Roach. Honestly, we have no DT/DNs. We hadn't heard from you, DQ. Speak on what we just talked about, especially not making adjustments. As a DB, I know that angers you.
And I think it's all about communication pre-snap. If you're not communicating, man, you're not getting back to the line, it's gonna be hell to pay, bro. And like you said, the coach is not making adjustments, bro. I won't make an adjustment either if I'm on offense. If I'm Shark, I'm not making an adjustment, man. If it ain't broke, I mean, why? I'm not finna fix it, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep running the same play until you make me get out of that play. Whew. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. Texas did what they were supposed to do, bro. And I'm gonna give them their flowers, man. They came in there, Bryant-Denny Stadium, man. You know, a packed house. They did what they were supposed to do. But at the same time, I think we beat ourselves, bro. Penalties.
As always.
No effort, bro. We have the athletes, man.
Hey,
we have them. Go ahead, Marvin.
DeQuan, I want to ask you and Reggie a question. Bo, y'all have been there, y'all see. So y'all know how when you're growing up, your mom and your dad, they stay on your ass, they mean to you, they ride you out. And the moment you have kids, as they've gotten a little bit older, they nice as hell to them. They grandparents at that point. I'm not saying it's time for Nick to go, but what I am saying is, I think maybe that fire and that ambition in him that used to make him ride players the way he used to get the best out of them is slightly diminishing. I know he said he has to adjust due to the nature of the game and how these athletes are different.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we're missing something somewhere.
I agree.
Stephen M. Smith, I'm going to let you lead this next topic, and then we'll all follow suit. We've already talked about a little bit penalties. You know, people like to blame Jalen Milroe for 10 points being on the board for Texas that ultimately won the game, right? Well, as I recall, 2 of the 10 penalties we had for 100 yards, right, caused 2 touchdowns to be wiped off the board. That's the difference in the game right there. Did Milroe make mistakes that ultimately led to points? Yes, he did. But it's not just him. It's penalties again. Stephen M. Smith, lead us off what you saw there, and why is there still a disconnect when it comes to that kind of discipline?
I'll say this. Some of those penalties were also pre-snap on the offensive line, going back to that. That group has got to get better. That group's got to get better. Now, I know people want to look at Terry Arnold for his penalty, but if he didn't hold the guy, that was going to be a touchdown. So you kind of, I guess, have a little leeway with that you don't want penalties, period. But a lot of those penalties were pre-snap offensive line calls. There were false starts on J.C. Latham, false starts on Caden Proctor, Seth McLaughlin false starts, and Sneal snapped the ball poorly. So a lot of that was on the O-line, and that's Eric Wolford's group. That's Coach Wolf's group. So that group right there that did all of the talking in the summer, now on national TV, your butt got exposed by Bo Davis, who should still be in Tuscaloosa.
I love that man.
You got handed to you by Bo Davis, which all he did was send 3 guys at you. Bo Davis didn't blitz not one time. He sent a 3-man front, and a 3-man front got after Jalen Milroe all night long. So what does that tell you? The offensive line that did all that talking actually to take place like now.
Steve Brown, can you follow up with that, please, sir?
I will just say, man, this. At the end of the day, we got outplayed and severely outcoached. And the effort, the Bama standard was not the Bama standard that night. It was not, and that goes with the attitude, that goes with the penalties, the focus. I've never seen Bama play like that before. So it's going back to the players. It's going back to the players. They're sensitive. They don't want to be told what to do. They're all about social media, and that's it. They're not dialed in. And the thing is, they are bragging and gloating about being on Alabama's football team, but they don't really know the meaning of wearing that jersey. They don't know about the Bama standard for real. They're just happy to get that jersey, but you're not living up to the standard. That is the whole situation. And that is from the players and some of the coaches coming in here.
Man, because we getting kids from all over the world now. You got to understand something. I grew up selling Cokes in Bryant-Denny. I used to walk to go sell Cokes and programs in Bryant-Denny. So
and cocaine.
Really? But so I knew what it was growing up. And the guys who I played with, most of them were from Alabama, or they were very well versed in Alabama. A lot of these kids, first time they hear Alabama is when they actually starting to get recruited, or they didn't grow up Alabama fans. They didn't grow up immersed in the culture. They don't understand the pride and the passion that goes with it, man. So until we get back to recruiting those kind of kids, man, we in trouble.
Well, the way I see it is, and I've said this time and time again, and I'll let Steve get his say in just a second. I honestly feel like this generation, for the most part, views Alabama as a business transaction. It's a business transaction to obtain NIL. Yeah. It's a business transaction to get endorsements. It's a business transaction to get to the NFL. Culture, they don't care about culture. And I read something today, and Corey Miller spoke about it. A lot of these kids don't give a damn about winning. They're just there to get that money, not all of them, but some of them, and they're there to try to get to that NFL contract. So they're not hearing about winning, and they're not taking it as seriously as we are. I'm sorry, if you don't want to, you're not here to win, we don't need you. I'd rather have a 2-star out in the middle of Mississippi than get a 5-star anywhere. And I'd definitely like to get a kid from a public school instead of recruiting these private school kids who are sheltered. Go ahead, Steve.
Can I say this? I just saw this question, and I just want to address it. How many losses should we suffer before we replace Milroe? Again, sir, if you were listening to the show, no offense to you, but it's not on Milroe. It's the team, and that's just what it is. So please, fans, stop making Milroe the scapegoat so you can play, so Alabama can play the player you want to play. That you're not looking at the whole thing. It's all about favoritism, and it's all about who you want to play. Because trust me, sir, when I tell you, if Ty was in there, if Daffy Duck was in there, he'll do the same thing, or probably even worse than what Milroe did, because he doesn't have the offensive line, and that's just what it is.
And I have never been so hurt watching Alabama football. This is the first time I've seen a team really just lay it down at home. In the fourth quarter, it's like they just laid down. Like, how did you let somebody come into your house and give up 21 points in the fourth quarter? I remember when Alabama didn't give up 6-7 points a game.
Yep.
Here's the thing, Marvin. Here's the thing. For the first time, so this is monumental stuff. For the first time in the Saban era, you lose by 10 plus at home. That's never happened before. You can check the numbers. It's facts. For the first time ever under Nick Saban, you go down by 10 and beat less.
Let me ask a question, going back to the Milroe thing, and then I'll get this super chat. If we can't trust Tommy Rees to call plays according to Jalen Milroe's skill set, how much faith do we actually have in Tommy Rees calling plays according to Ty Simpson or Ty Buchner's skill set? And let me add something else too, guys. For all y'all who are ready to kick Jalen Milroe out, he's playing this game. He's still the starter. Coach Saban isn't going to just kick some dude out because he had a bad game. He's going to give him an opportunity to get up off the mat and overcome adversity. You know, Rocky Balboa said it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Well, now we get to see what Milroe looks like moving forward. So all that chatter needs to stop. Got a quick super chat here from David. These boys are soft. They're not angry. They're on Instagram live dancing with their girlfriend. How are you angry and smiling? I'm tired of all this talking. These boys need to stop doing interviews.
I agree.
DQ, we
I
haven't heard
agree.
from you in a minute.
I agree,
Care to
man.
speak on that?
I agree, man. I think, and I guess a lot of guys, a lot of former players, a lot of fans, they think we bash these kids, we bash some former players, but we're not, bro. We're speaking from experience. You know what I mean? Social media is something that is a crutch today. It's a crutch, bro, and it's
I
affecting
agree.
a lot of kids, and it's affecting a lot of people, bro. Especially these kids that are athletes. They run the social media. They care about what the people's opinions about them. They want to be glorified by social media, bro. But I'm telling you, that is a downfall for you. And I'm speaking from experience, bro. Once because I don't have any social media, bro. This is the only thing that I have. YouTube is the only thing that I have, bro. Social media, bro. If you let that stuff go, I'm
can
telling
focus.
you can focus, bro.
You know what the problem
Focus,
is?
man.
You know what the problem is? See, when we all played, we were drinking gin straight, tequila. We were drinking, cheap E&J. These boys out here drinking Mai Tais and Sex on the Beach. Man, up, let your nose drop. You would not.
Hey, you know something else though? You know what's really crazy though? They are fighting back to the people who are telling them the right thing by doing this biggest thing, the biggest weapon they can use that everybody uses now on social media. And Reggie, you caught it. You probably caught it for saying something we probably had. We gonna catch it too. It's called playing the victim. They're playing the victim. So now when you call them out on their BS, Reg, when you call them out on their BS, DQ, when you call them out on their BS, Marvin, when you call them out on their BS, Bo, all four solidified Bama dogs, you the bad guy. Because they playing the victim because they don't want to hear it. And the fans hear all this stuff. Man, just leave them alone. Back up off of them. No, you being a weak bitch, acting like that, playing the victim. Step up to the challenge of these Bama legends who have done what they were supposed to do to make us Bama and create that standard that y'all must uphold. The problem is you don't want to uphold the standard. So instead of you holding yourselves accountable, you play the victim and get everybody on what DQ said, social media on your side, so we can shut up. But ain't nobody shutting up because we know because they know the real Bama standard.
Steve, but you know what it is though? Real quick. I see what somebody said, times have changed. They have a lot more stuff to worry about. Bullshit.
I see that too.
I grew up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. There's still only 5 damn stoplights, a Piggly Wiggly, and a Church's Chicken. Ain't no pressure. Do your damn job. It's football. It's catching, tackling, blocking. There's no damn different. What has changed about that in the last 20 years?
Man, look, ain't shit, ain't nothing pressure. Y'all getting money, man. Y'all getting money now. You try getting $35 for your scholarship check, and all they want you to do is eat at Brown Hall. No offense to Brown Hall. No offense to Brown Hall. I love Brown Hall. But at the end, I would love to take my ass up the street and go to Texas Roadhouse. But
they ain't even got to call 8 Ride. They got their own damn cars.
And DQ used all his Bama cash.
Reggie, you said, Reggie, you said you didn't like Paul Bryant.
I loved it. No, I'm saying I loved it. No offense, but like my scholarship check, my first year was $35 a month.
Right.
Because the rest of the money would go to Bryant Hall to feed us, which is understandable. But I would still like the choice to take my ass on down to Texas Roadhouse.
Right.
I still like to go to Archibald and get them wings they got. The one over there by the movie theater. I love that one now. That one the Drew. Yep, that
Absolutely.
We didn't even get a check.
Reggie,
well, guys,
you must know that we that you can get a steak and a chicken breast every day from Paul Brown Museum.
Paul Brown Museum?
I mean, not the museum. We've been to
Man, look here.
Wait a minute.
But what year you coming to Bama?
Never had that.
Hey, but real quick.
But what year you coming to Bama?
Right after you.
With 2013, right? Or
14.
2014. Well, you came in 2 years. You came in 2 years after me.
Yeah.
You came in 2 years after the oppression.
You know how much money.
Man, yeah,
that's when we were getting $125.
Exactly. It got
Guys.
better before you got there, bro.
No. I was there with them. I was there with that $125.
It got better before you got there, but you weren't getting $35.
I tell you what,
a month.
Steve. These
I
these
don't care
dudes
about that
do a
bill,
little
man.
bit of something on the damn field, and they don't shut the hell up. Man, I'm glad you guys are here. But listen,
you gotta ring that thing, ding, 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 ding.
and
like
the funny thing is, the guy I'm about to let talk next is doing it. Bo, you had to step away for just a minute to take a very important phone call, but we designated a segment for you. You hadn't been able to speak for quite some time because you had to be on that important phone call. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you for coming in hot.
You think you put enough bass in that? God, turn my headphones
I'm
down.
telling you.
DJ Justin over there.
But this is the coming in hot for Bo Scarborough. And why I call it coming in hot, because of the offense. Now, like y'all said before, these guys did a lot of talking in the offseason about we're going to be the best, tough, and all that. We got the biggest, the tallest offensive line in the country. Why is the snap is so low to the ground? Like DQ said, when the ball snap and you got to look at the ground and you look up at somebody in your face, what you expect for him to do? You know what I mean? And we started off the game in great run game. We were killing them in the run game. I don't know why we went away from it, but we have great athletes on that team. And I hated that we went away from the run. And another thing is that these fans, Steve Brown, favorite player, they was on his team when he played against Middle Tennessee. Then as soon as he threw an interception, they put Ty Simpson in the game. Why? Tom Brady threw an interception. He didn't get taken out of the game. Russell Wilson threw 3 interceptions, and he threw 3 interceptions back to back. He wasn't taken out of the game. When you take these guys out of the game, like fans don't understand. When you take a quarterback out the game, you basically that quarterback lose his confidence right then.
Yeah.
And then you try to put him back in the game. Now he got to try to gain his confidence back all the way back from square one. He got to get back in his zone. And Reggie, DQ, and Marvin, y'all gotta know when y'all see a new quarterback come in the game in this third quarter, y'all know y'all finna light his ass up. Y'all know. And if I'm wrong, correct me. That's one of y'all favorite parts. And when a new quarterback come into the game, because y'all know y'all did damage to the first quarterback. But our quarterback he wasn't getting damaged to the point to where he had to get taken out of the game. This is a big game. Like everything is not gonna be easy. It's not like we going out there and playing Georgia Southern, who also give us a run for our money. Georgia State, who also give us a run for our money. But nothing be said about those games. But when it comes to Texas, Ole Miss, Auburn, Georgia, as soon as the guy made one mistake, the fans want to take these guys out. And then another thing, I'm just sick and tired of the fans keep bashing our players. Like if you is a true Alabama fan, why is you bashing this guy? You should be saying it's gonna be all right. Go to the sideline, get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Get that mistake out your head, and let's go. Let's go to the next play. And Reggie, what Coach Saban used to say at the end of practice: you only as good as your last play. And I can sit up here and tell you everything that Coach Saban ever said in any speech that he ever gave to, because I paid attention. I was dialed in. And like Reggie, and I keep saying Reggie because I played with Reggie. And I played against him in high school in basketball, and I already know him. We already kind of had a relationship. But once I got there, like Reggie said, he wasn't an outspoken guy. You know what I'm saying? He was very spoken. But when Reggie came and talked to you, he made everything better. He changed your mind. He made you want to like play. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, there's what why I'm getting amped up about that. You know what I'm saying? After you have a conversation with Reggie. And I remember during fourth quarter, everybody out there acting like they dying, so tired. I don't know if Reggie remember that day or not, but Reggie turned around and and I think this was your third year, Reggie. I think they were his third year, and Reggie turned around to the whole team and said, "Man, I'm tired too. My body hurting too. Y'all ain't the only ones that hurt. You just y'all got to push through it." I was leaning on OJ. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that OJ tired, and once Reggie had said that, I stood straight up because I'm like, Reggie tired. I can be tired. If Reggie can still do it and tired, I can be tired and still do it. And that motivate other players to, you know what I'm saying, keep going.
Yeah.
And like, and one more thing, Justin, I'm gonna let you ring the bell. We used to be we used to be running 110. So I got 6 cell traits. So after every fourth one, they used to take me out. So Ryan Anderson, he was like, "Man, you don't need to get taken out, man. Come on out here and run this shit. We all running it." You know what I'm saying? Even though I had 6 cell, so me and Ryan, we arguing, running 110s, but we running full speed arguing. And I'm supposed to be taking up my one rep break, but at the same time, I'm running with him and we arguing and the whole time and I'm telling him, I'm like, "You ain't gonna beat me this go round." He said, "I ain't gonna beat you. You a sick cell guy. You gotta sit on the sideline. You soft. You can't come out here and run." So yeah, but by the time I knew it,
you didn't ran about 10 or 12.
I'd have ran the whole 16 110. You know what I mean? All because a player motivate you. You know what I'm saying? Put it in my head that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? But it was against the medical rule with sickle cell that you had to take a rep after every 4. But by me and Ryan Anderson getting into that argument, it brought more energy to me to keep running. And then when he said, "How many we just did?" I said, "I don't know, but I'm about to go take my break." He said, "You ain't got to take no break because you finished. You did all 6."
That's what it is.
Damn.
Hey,
Well, I can tell you this. It's definitely time for coach to create some internal conflict and turmoil. Start playing the damn young guys, man. Listen, what's the worst that could happen? I kid you not. When we won the SEC championship in 99, 7 out of our 11 defensive starters were freshmen and sophomores. Hell, if you recruit the talent, you recruit them to play them. So play them.
All right.
Hey, I want to ask Bo this though. Can I ask Bo something right quick?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead, Reggie.
All right. So this was my senior year, and we was running 110s. You remember one day we was bullshitting out there running. We were bullshitting bad to the point like guys act like they can't run, act like they can't do this. Cocker fussing, everybody fussing, and in my head, I said, "Man, God, start this shit over."
Mm-hmm.
The motherfucking looks I got from everybody. And me and Ryan talked about this the other day. He said, "Man, fuck you, Reggie." All this. But at the end of the day, though, I feel like my guys respected me for doing that.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
Yeah, and then I don't even think can I say one thing, Justin?
Yes, sir. Make it quick, sir. We gotta get to our final topic.
I don't even think Reggie remember that day. We had just ran we had won a national championship, so we had to run 17 to win. We do the 17, 110 because we planning on winning the 17th national championship for the team. So we had got through running the 17 110. And then we over there getting water, and Reggie was like, "Oh, hell no, that shit wasn't good enough. We finna do 2 more cars. It's overtime. We gotta be prepared for overtime." And everybody getting water. So we had the little thing that you can you
The little squeeze.
So when Reggie said that, everybody looked at Reggie, the water just pouring out. Ain't nobody drinking the water. Next thing you know, you just hear everybody, come on, let's do it then. Let's do this shit. Y'all wanna win that 17 nationals? Y'all wanna win that 17 championship? Then we're gonna make it right here. We're gonna be in the best shape than any team. And when nobody complaining, guess what? Everybody went up there and did them 2 to 4 110 because everyone was dialed in the system. They believed in the program. They believed in what the leader was saying. Reggie, Ryan, Jonathan Allen, Ruben, Dalvin Thomas. Everybody, they believed in those guys. They was real deal leader. But when they left, I was the real deal leader.
Man, that would have closed it up.
But that's part of it, though. If you see that there's a void in leadership, somebody has to step in and take that role. I had to do it early in my career, but you best hell well believe after a few practices, them dudes knew, we can follow this damn dude because he gonna walk what he fucking taught. And if you ain't doing that, then get your ass out of there. It ain't that nobody's critical of them. We just expect you to do the job that you committed to do when you signed that letter of damn intent. You signed it to come to Alabama to kick ass and kill, not sit there and cheerlead and cry after games.
Oh man. Great way to end that. Yeah. Now, guys, let's kind of change gears a little bit. What positives can we take away? I know they're probably few and far between, but there were some positives. I'll start things out. DeQuan, you'll go next since we hadn't heard from you for a while. Stephen and Smith, you will follow him. Bump it down to Reggie, then Steve, Bo, and Marvin close it out. I got to give shout out to the wide receivers. They are the most heavily criticized position group going into this season. Constant talk of drops. They weren't catching the ball. How we recruiting guys are 4 and 5 stars. They can't catch the ball. Guys, they've been the most improved and most reliable position group these 2 games of the season. They were cooking DBs. Now, a lot of times they didn't get seen. I get that, but if you watch the game within the game, nobody could stay with them. Kobe Prentice did his thing. Jermaine Burton, a guy that we all heavily criticized, has been the leader of that wide receiver room. He's been a difference maker in critical moments, too. He's not dropping balls. He's getting touchdowns and first downs, big gains. He's doing his thing. So that's my positive takeaway. DQ, what you got?
Justin, I agree with you, bro. I know I think y'all had a show going on, and I was in the comments, and I agree. The receivers, I got to give them their flowers, bro. They were getting open, making blocks. I mean, they were catching the ball. They weren't dropping, especially Jermaine Burton, bro. He really showed up. He really showed up when he got the ball, and then he got a chance. And Caleb Downs, bro, I know he had some times that, the receiver got behind him, but I tell you what, bro, that is a dog. I'm telling you, man. 2 years from now, 2 years from now, boy, y'all gonna start hearing his name. I'm telling you, bro, he's gonna be All-American. He a dog to me, dog.
I'll say this. I have 2. Number 1, Malachi Moore is back. That kid is back. That kid had 3 forced fumbles in the game. Nobody could get on top of him, but Malachi was yelling. Malachi was screaming. Malachi was passionate. Malachi was in your face. That kid played his tail off. And then along with him, I got to give a shout out to this guy right here. I know people talk about Will Riker, but James Barnabas come a long way. The punter, James Barnabas, come a long way. This dude used to average 30 yards a punt. Against Texas, The brother averaged 54 yards. I thought it was J.K. Scott out there at one point.
Damn.
He averaged 54
Now we ain't gonna
yards
say
a
all
month.
that now.
Nah, let him finish, dog.
We ain't gonna say all that. He did his
JK
thing.
was that dude,
But
guys.
but that
JK was that dude though. JK was that dude though. JK's that dude though. But I'm just saying, Burnham has made that improvement. Burnham has made that improvement. But the number one guy, Malachi Moore, is back. That's the main thing. Kai's back.
We appreciate it, Stephen M. Smith. Reggie.
I was gonna say the same thing about you just said his name, DQ. I went blank.
Caleb
Downs.
Yeah.
Like you said, he got some growing pains to go through. But I'm gonna still give number 3, my guy Arnold, his props. He still had a good game minus those few hiccups, man. He's like, once he just learned to use his hands a little bit better,
Right.
it's over with the cats, because he was locking cats up as it is.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say positive. Well, I'm challenging. I'm challenging these damn linebackers to lead that damn defense. Cause like I know it's in them. You know what I'm saying? I went and watched them practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know it's in them. So the positive I see in that is they gonna get the shit done from now on. Cause everybody's on their ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see. I want to see them guys go lead, man, and be great like we know they can be. And don't do no talking. And like if this fuels y'all to go do what y'all
Right. Go ahead and do it.
And he
CIA got him.
Hey,
Steve Brown,
know-
what you got? What positive
you know
you take
what, me,
away?
man? I would say at the end of that game, and I don't know if y'all noticed it, but I watched the game within the game. Did anybody notice that the only one who was screaming mad and going off after the game was Malachi Moore? He was the only one showing like just going up like fuck what he was really going off during the game. Like, I can't believe this is happening. He was seemed like he was the only one on the defensive side of the ball who was passionate. Caleb Downs, he like you said, he's going through growing pains, but that dude is a certified dog. Another one who's a certified dog to me is Terrion Arnold. You know why? Because of his effort. He puts more. I'm sorry, people be hollering Kool-Aid. But personally, I believe when he get his technique right, he's gonna be much better than Kool-Aid because he's a fighter and he's going down fighting. Kool-Aid is, I don't know what Kool-Aid doing, but I don't know if he's caught up in the image or whatever. But Kool-Aid is not a fighter like that. Terrion Arnold is a fighter. I want to see the offensive line do better, and I want the fans to shut the hell up about Jalen Milroe, and let's look at the team as a whole. Not only that, our fans, we got to learn how to be better people. You know, during this Texas game it's a viral video out right now with our fans, which we're already stereotyped as a racist state, telling the Texas players to go back to the projects and calling them fags and all that. That's not what Bama's supposed to be about. Because think about it, all you people who were saying all these racial slurs, remember this: 99.99.9922% of the Alabama team is black. If they decide to get up and leave, you ain't gonna have shit. Okay, so roll tide with that. So chill out on the racial stuff. Be nice people. Be good people, and that's on both sides. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, guys, this is football. These are kids, and for our fans to go attacking other kids over a football game, shouting out racial slurs, we don't need you. And if you're a student there, shame on you. You shouldn't be there, to be honest with you. I think you should be kicked out of the university. That is not a representation of Alabama. And the fans in the chat, I want y'all to hear, we don't represent that. And if you're a part of another fan base watching this right now, this is not what Alabama is as a whole. We do not endorse that, and we vote to move these people out of our fan base. I don't endorse that at all. Go ahead, Bo.
Yeah, man. I would like, man. I'm sold on Justice Haynes, man. I really want that guy to get a chance.
Why he ain't playing?
He got a little injury.
He need to be playing.
He got a little.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a little injury right now.
I'm with you, Rich.
Yeah.
And like I said 2 shows ago. Well, yeah, 2 shows ago, if that guy didn't get hurt during camp, he would have been fighting for that number one spot. This
That's true.
this guy came in knowing the playbook right off the bat. One of the hardest working guys on the team. This guy low to the ground, like Justin Marvin, Steve. When we was at the game and we watching that guy run the ball, the guy bouncing off of this guy like he is a brick wall. Like
Mm-hmm.
it took 4 defensive linemen and a couple linebackers to even get him on the ground. And
And me.
this after one of his linemen had missed a block, and he still managed to get 2 to 3 yards. On the offensive side of the ball, what the OC say is, if you can get us 3 to 4 yards, we're fine.
He's that guy.
Huh?
He's that guy. Just the same. He's that guy.
He's
built
that
different.
guy. Yeah, he really is that guy. And I would like to see that guy healthy. And once he get healthy, he gonna be a hell of a back for the University of Alabama. And this team here is this a young team. Also, we got to think about that as well. This is a young team too, and these guys they have to learn the standard. And what I wish that these guys would do during their recruiting to find out the history of Alabama and the tradition of how it works at Alabama and the standard. And if it doesn't fit you, then don't come to Alabama. Because if you go to a place and you some players commit to these teams because of the national championship and what coaches over there. These guys have to start looking at 5 years ahead. You got to think about it. A coach can be here today and be gone tomorrow. So you have to look at these type of things to see, no matter who the coach is, this is where you want to be. And if you and Alabama take their tradition very serious. Like I said Saturday, we've been wearing the same thing since 1831. If you go look at other schools, their uniform has changed. We always wore black and white cleats, crimson and white mouthpiece or a crimson mouthpiece or no mouthpiece. We never had a guy that stand out from the team. And that's why guys that got dreads, we tie them up so everyone look the same. And if you take the number off of Derrick Henry and off of me, and we both lined up in the backfield, you want to know who is who.
I hear.
And last thing, Justin, fans, please quit bashing our players. If you're a real Alabama fan, please, I'm begging y'all, please quit bashing our players. Y'all only downing them. Uplift these guys. That's all for my segment, Justin.
All right. Marvin, what positives do you take away? What do you want to see going forward before we get to predictions?
Moving forward, they have an opportunity in front of them to right this ship. Now, here's the thing about it. You got to understand something. The blueprint for beating Bama has been laid. It's been laid. Now, you better believe that Lane Kiffin is going to call Sarkisian. They're going to share the game plan. So everything that Sark did, you're going to see Lane do a lot of it because, again, the blueprint has been laid. You're going to see the same thing with Jimbo. All of these coaches all have worked together. They all want to beat Nick. That's what they want to do. So they're going to share these game plans. So if they don't start to take it personal and make those improvements, it's going to be a long season. Biggest area of improvement has to start with the D-line, then the linebackers. If you can't control that line of scrimmage and it's always second and short, you know the deep pass is coming after that. DB's on the island. We're not getting any pressure. You're setting yourself up for failure if you don't make these adjustments early on in the game. So it went on for so long Saturday. It was hard to even stomach it. So I'm just looking forward to seeing them correct the mistakes, fix up front, and because, again, everything that they seen Saturday, they're going to see it for the rest of the season.
Real quick, DeQuan has to go. He has to tend to his wife and he is out. We greatly appreciate him being on with us, especially after having his 5th child. All right, fellas, let's start to wrap things up. We're going to go around the room. I know South Florida isn't really that of a perennial powerhouse, but we kind of want an idea of what to expect in this game, what you like to see. So I'll start with Reggie. If you would give us a prediction and what you want to see in this game.
I want to see 35-10, man, and I just want these guys to get back out there and reestablish dominance, man, on the defensive side. Like, yeah, we played good against Middle Tennessee, and we had spurts where we played good, but this is the time where you put it all together in the third game. And the reason I say that, because that's when I put it all together my junior year against Florida, was the third game of the season. And then it went on there, and I just shot out of a cannon. Boom. So I want to see guys lead, man. All these guys doing that talking, go walk that walk then. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see guys stay behind Jalen, man, and just keep letting him ball out the offensive line and D-line. Y'all got to control the interior. Once y'all do that, everything else will fall. Y'all got to get pressure on these quarterbacks, man. Come on now, work your move. By that third step, you need to be hitting them in this damn mouth as a pass rusher and get push on the inside. So I think this the game, man. We all can get it back together, but they just got to start trusting one another.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's all.
Drop a score. What you thinking?
Man, 45-0. 45-0. I have a couple players that I think they're gonna stand out. I think Jace McCullough. You know, I'm a big fan of Jace. I'm always say that be my he gonna be my player every week. Jason McCullough gonna be my player every week, and Malachi and Dallas Turner.
Love it, Marvin.
I'm going to go 41-10 due to the fact of South Florida being able to have that film of what Sark did to put that defense in compromising positions, because any smart coach is going to take that film from the previous week and he's going to figure out how to incorporate that with his players to make that, kind of replicate that if he gets those same situations. So I'm going to go 41-10. I'm not picking any players. I just want to see improvement. That's all I want. Just give me some damn improvement.
Hey, can't ask for anything more. Got a super chat. Nate Bama, $5. We got talent. We need dogs. We need discipline and the hunger to win and refuse to lose. All right, guys, we're coming up on the closing segment. What I like to do is pass around the room for you to tell the folks where they can find you, what you got coming up next. Marvin, as always, we will start with you. Tell the folks about 40 Plus Strong, how they can get it and where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram, Constant45. You'll also find the direct link to my Amazon book, Physical and Mental Fitness at 40 Plus. So if you're in your 40s, 50s, late 30s, and you're looking for a resource that'll help you get back in shape, it's a great tool. It has 3 different 6-week workout programs in there, one for beginners, one for intermediate, and one for people who've been doing it for a while. The book is designed so that you can write in it, design your own, so you can track your progress along the way. And I promise you it worked. You see, at 44 years old, still holding it in the road, baby. I promise you, it's the best $15 you ever spend.
And that's also available on his OnlyFans. Check it out. Steve Brown had to dip out, but I want to remind everybody, check him out this Saturday night. The gates open at 7 p.m. at the Bama Theater, the CHS Homecoming Alumni Comedy Show. Go to his website. You can find him on Facebook, All Things Steve Brown, and you can also find him on Instagram at Comic Steve Brown for ticket info. All right, Bo, tell everybody what you got, where they can find you on social media, your clothing line, all that good stuff. Then we'll pass it to Reggie.
You can find me on social media, Bo Scarborough, on all platforms. Clothing line is being in the negotiation with the Paul Brown Museum to get sold in the Paul Brown Museum. Also, clothing line will be up on the website of the Bama Standard here coming soon, and also gonna have I'm gonna have an ad that's gonna be popping up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook here with my clothing line soon when we get done with Michael, one of the guys who make this show runs. And also my USFL deal just got done, so I just signed a 2-year contract tonight Well, they sent me the contract tonight, so I got a 2-year contract with them. Cameo is still going. I just got 2 videos this past weekend, so I have to go and do those videos for those guys. And yeah, y'all will see us back at the Paul Brown Museum, Arkansas week, and the shirts and the gear will be in the Paul Brown Museum before Arkansas, and we will be at the Paul Brown Museum during the Tennessee week, and there's going to be special. They're going to be limited edition Tennessee shirts with my picture with the high five on it, with the name and number on the back. Justin, something that you can't. So yeah, that's about it right now.
Awesome.
Boy.
Reggie, you ain't hit it with that guy dog, did it?
Yeah. Hey, that's how I know my dog working. But I thought we was 30 seconds.
Huh?
No, I'm messing with you. No,
You said you thought what?
I said you preaching like a preacher right now.
Shout out to Crimson Tide Beast, $5. Love the show. Keep up the great work. Reggie, we greatly appreciate you jumping on tonight and speaking your mind. You're one of our favorite guests, man. If you would, tell the people watching right now how they can find you. Of course, you're not hard to find on social media right now, but if anybody's under a rock, tell them where they can find you, what you got coming up next.
Man, everything you can find me on is at Reggie Ragland, and right now I'm just rehabbing my shoulder, man, trying to get back right. And not this weekend coming up, but the following weekend, man. I turned 30 years old, so I'm a bum blessed. This is a blessing, man. Yeah, I become 30, man. So I'm just blessed, man, highly favored, and just enjoying the moments I have with my people, man. Because you never know when it's your last, so you gotta enjoy it.
Absolutely,
Up,
absolutely.
Give it up, because I'm gonna tell you, this time rolls, boy. I just turned 44 last week. I was like, where did the time go? Whoa!
Man, I'm telling you.
Reggie, Kevin said you haven't been showing up for workouts.
Yeah, because I'm at home right now.
Yeah.
Damn. He'll get it together. But guys, that's going to do it here for the Bama Standard. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Before you exit the building, hit that like and subscribe button. Drop a comment. If you're watching the replay, drop us some love in the comment section. Until next week, roll tide.
Roll Tide. Stay on.